The NFL is in full swing entering the beginning of the offseason, as well as the window for players to be placed on a franchise tag is now open. So we're going to look at a list of players that could possibly get tagged, as well as a couple players' faces who are up in the air. I guess I can start by stating the obvious, that the Denver Broncos will in fact place linebacker Von Miller on the franchise tag. Denver's plan will probably be to place Miller on the tag while they work on a long-term deal. Miller is said to be one of the highest paid defenders in football since Ndamukong Suh. But giving him the franchise tag raises questions on what the Broncos plan to do with Brock Osweiler. It's best that Osweiler stays on the Super Bowl roster as well as a team he's comfortable with, and vice versa. Speaking of quarterback situations, what of the Redskins and Kirk Cousins, who dismissed contract talks for a long-term deal earlier this week? Their plan may also be to place Cousins on a franchise tag, which for quarterbacks is projected to be around $19.6 million. Cousins did set single-season record for passing numbers, but the Redskins could have Cousins play out the franchise tag well into next year to make sure that he wasn't just a one-hit wonder before offering him the big bucks. We move on to Carolina, where there has to be a decision made about cornerback Josh Norman. General Manager Dave Gettleman isn't giving too many details on his plans for Norman, but he too says he is not shy on using the franchise tag either. Tagging the corner will cost the Panthers roughly $13.7 million, which isn't a bad idea for the 28-year-old corner. Other players who could see the franchise tag before the March 1st deadline are guys such as running back Doug Martin for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and safety Eric Berry for the Kansas City Chiefs. The Bucs have begun contract talks with Martin, who was the second leading rusher this season. Martin does hold leverage coming off a career year where he amassed over 1,400 rushing yards, but he has expressed his love for playing in Tampa. The smart move for the Bucs will be to place him on a franchise tag that is expected to be $11.5 million for running backs, a figure that Bucs can afford with the plentiful amount of cap space they have available. As far as the Chiefs, they have ramped up contract talks with their comeback player of the year, Eric Berry. Because their roster is now built to win now, it's probably best to sign him to a long-term deal to free up the franchise tag for Pro Bowl linebacker Derek Johnson, turning 34 this season. Follow me as we go through the offseason. There's a lot of news and moves that have to be made. Come in, rate, subscribe, drop me a like. You know what to do. This is Monk Spot, your favorite place for everything in the NFL.